Welcome to the Long Box Paradox. I'm Dan, and today we're going to talk about some backlog comics that I haven't been able to review yet. So this week we're going to talk about first Batman Damned #2 by Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermejo. Lee Bermejo is an artist that has grown on me and I've loved for a while, especially when he was doing the Gotham Knights covers in the early 2000s. So, as you all know, if you're a collector, Batman Damned #1 caught on the secondary market because of Batman's penis. Yep, that alone made it shoot up to about $50 to $70 at the high end. Graded copies sold for quite a bit. So talk about this now. Issue 2, the whole penis controversy has overshadowed, and issue 2 was over-ordered quite a bit, so it's not going to be a hard book to find. But we get the Azzarello-Bermejo crazy interpretation of Harley Quinn in this book, which is insane. She has autopsy scars. She attempts to rape Batman. In this issue also, we get a new interpretation of Jason Blood, Etrigan the Demon, where he's kind of not even a street rapper. He's in a club, he's rapping. His horns look like they're implants. He's bald. The story is kind of hard to follow at times. But to be honest, for me, I'm here for the Bermejo art. The writing is just bonus if it's good. Again, I need to go back and reread issue 1 to kind of get back into the flow. But if you're a fan of Bermejo's art, or if you just love good art in general, it's beautiful, it's ugly at the same time. I recommend picking up, even just for the cover alone of the Harley art. I'm not even a huge Harley Quinn fan, but it is great. Also, it's nice to kind of get the stink off of, to me, what's been a bad Batman run in the regular titles. You won't get me reviewing them because I quit after the whole wedding fiasco. It was my final straw. I like Tom King's writing on other books. I do not like it on Batman, the regular title. So until issue 104, I'm out. So to move on from there, Scott Snyder's The Batman Who Laughs #1 came out. I picked up the all-black Greg Capullo cover because, one, those all-black covers are really hard to keep clean from fingerprints, and also I'm already deep into the Batman Who Laughs, so I had to see where it goes. There's a little bit more yucks than I'm used to in a Scott Snyder book, where he's talking to Alfred about Batman insurance and how there is an insurance for Gothamites to get called Dark Knight Returns. It's made me stumble a little bit. Wasn't really the kind of humor I was looking for in the book, but in a book where you start out with a fake Joker getting slaughtered by the Batman Who Laughs, we're also introduced to the Grim Knight, who is a Batman who loves guns from another Earth. We end up following back on some stuff from Endgame. The Joker knows where the entrance to the Batcave is still, and the Joker pulls something at the end I don't want to ruin. But, man, Snyder, he's good at getting you hooked early. Sometimes he misses and he'll fall down at the endings, kind of that Stephen King syndrome where you're hooked, and then the end kind of falls flat. I'm still a huge fan of Snyder's work, and anytime he works with Jock, I am all in. Jock is a phenomenal talent. I love his covers. I know some people aren't huge fans of his work, but for me, he is one of my at least top 20 bad artists. So for me, it was a solid buy. As far as spec-wise, I want to say about at least 10 covers for retailer exclusives that were out there. I kind of backed away from that, and I'm just staying with A or B covers that DC's launching themselves. On top of that, we also had Batman 994 come out. Peter Tomasi back with Doug Mahnke. There's another artist on it whose name I just forgot. It is a mystery. Someone has killed a couple and made them to look like Thomas and Martha Wayne. They're very into some steep Wayne history here. There is a nice chase in there involving Leslie Tompkins. Good read, solid read. I've always loved Peter Tomasi's artwork, or Peter Tomasi's writing. Mahnke, he's been doing Batman for a long time. Solid buy, solid read, probably no spec value. from there on, not a whole lot came out that I've really overly loved or wanted to talk about. Coming out though, some favorites of mine. Low number 20 is coming out. So anything by Remender, I'm a shill for, I guess you could say. And furthermore, coming out will be Captain Marvel number 1. I'm not sure of the exact week. The Artgerm pre-sales happened from his collectibles site for his 2 variants, which it turns out weren't going to be ratios like I originally said in the last video. And it looks like they farmed out some of the variants to other retailers like Unknown Comic Books to a certain extent. So there's going to be a lot of them out in the wild. Buy if you're a fan. Spec is probably not existing on this. So also, if you can find Deadly Class out in the wild, I just had the pleasure of watching the first episode that they put on YouTube, the whole first episode, and it is done so well. The quality is great. It follows the book. There's subtle changes, but the casting is just solid, dead on, and definitely I feel there's growth potential still even after they've grown from what they are. So with that being said, I'm going to come back in about 2 weeks to do some more reviews. Unfortunately, Christmas week, there are little to no books coming out except for a couple from Image. So we're going to be a little bit low for the next couple of weeks. So thank you for joining me. Like, subscribe, comment, and thank you for watching as always. Farewell, goodbye.